Live Show. Motivation speakers, positive affirmation, tune in every week. We need a Monday family meeting. Relationship advice on Wednesday so you don't go creeping. Thursday game time, come in and unwind. Friday night shout out time, creators grind and shine. Pop up at the pop up, shop up at the shop up. Get your bomb.com seasons for your potluck. Tropical morning for your royalty. Love and live empire, bringing all the heat. Wanna taste that heat? Woo. Try to taste the heat. Woo. Hot sauce, that sweet heat is banging like this beat. Woo. Chocolate burning, love, mild watermelon. Heat. Dynamite's the truth. Have you woo? Favorite nephew, Lenora. She know it's the truth. Chris. Everybody love Chris. Love it. It's the love and live show. Love and live. It's the love and live. We be laughing, having fun. Get up, please stay. Love and live. Get up, please stay. Love and live. Love and live. Each day as if it was your last. Yep. Visit Love and Live Shots.com.
Buy me a coffee!
Join us.
Buy Me a Coffee is a way to support us here on the Love and Live Show.
Yes.
We have membership tiers and they all have different ranks and benefits.
Woo!
Check us out on Buy Me a Coffee. BuyMeACoffee.com/Love and Live Show. All right, welcome in everybody. How's everybody doing today? What's going on? You done took your glasses
Because these
off.
ones are too strong. I need my other glasses and I don't know
No,
where
you
they
just had them
at.
on, then you took them off though. It was
Because
killing me.
I can't see with them on. I can't see with them off.
What's
I need
going
my
on?
other
What's
glasses.
going on?
Glasses, where are you?
All right, we checking for the glasses over here. But welcome in, everybody. It's the Love and Live Show. You know what goes on every Wednesday here on the Love and Live Show.
Yeah.
We chat it up with you guys and we do a little bit of a segment called Relationship Advice.
That's what
All
we
right,
have.
all right. So, during relationship advice, we just kind of have an open discussion about different topics, give our opinion, how we feeling, how we thinking, just try to work through these problems in our own type of way over here on the Love and Live Show,
Yes.
okay? So, we ain't no professionals, so take this advice as advice. It ain't nothing like put it on your whole life because we not trying to be responsible for it.
But I'm going to veto what he said. He said we ain't no professional. I am a professional at giving advice. Now, I'm not a professional licensed, but I am a
we're not licensed
professional
professionals
of giving advice because I give
terminology.
advice. I am good at it.
Yes,
I
yes.
have a career at giving advice.
Yeah, she's a professional advice giver.
Thank you. Thank you.
And that's just what we want you guys to understand.
Yes.
It's nothing more than that.
Yeah,
right?
we're not
She's a
giving you
professional
no
advice giver.
PhD advice,
but
but we
not that
are
kind of
giving you some professional
Yeah, some
advice
professional,
from Queen Lenora
unofficially
and
professional
Elijah.
advice.
That's all I'm just trying to say.
That's what we're coming down with.
Just in case you didn't know.
So
now
you're getting
you
a little
know.
bit of both perspectives on things. And, that's just what it's all about.
Exactly.
So, I always let Queen Lenora know what's going on with this title. So before we get into the chat, we're going to let Queen Lenore know what's going on.
Yes.
All right. And so the title that we have is Won the Lottery. Now girlfriend wants her early retirement. So, he won the lottery. Now the girlfriend wants an early retirement. So we kind of can keep that in mind as we step into today's segment. Yeah, because, you ever think, okay, I won the lottery.
Yeah, that's
well,
big.
now she over here talking about, I want a little something, maybe we can retire together. Maybe
she wanted to be the housewife she never could be.
Yeah, so,
she never thought she could be a housewife, and now she wants to be a housewife. I'm ready.
That's just something that we can be kind of gearing our mind towards as we passively go through all these other questions that we have today.
Sounds good.
Here's the thumbnail for Queen Lenore. Y'all can see. Y'all probably already seen the thumbnail, but y'all just coming in. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys that. So this is the thumbnail here we have here. It's early retirement, as you can see. She's ready. She feeling it. She's ready. She's ready for that early retirement. So with that being said, we know you guys are in the chat right now. We're gonna go ahead and get to y'all. Starting from the top, we got my boy in the building. Yeah. He had to start from the bottom, get his channel back going.
Woo, woo.
He planted some seeds and they grow because he's a micro farmer. Micro farmer in the house. What's good, micro farmer? He said, wait, did I hear this right? The girlfriend, not white.
Yep.
Okay, she gets nothing. She has no rights to your winnings. Sorry. Okay, so we already got Micro Farmer on the ball rolling with this one.
I love it.
Okay, so we got that. We also have to welcome in. Happy birthday. Welcome in. Happy birthday, Sam.
Okay, I can't see.
For dinner, she had some rice and sandwiches.
Yeah.
Okay, and she said, how are you doing today, nephew and queen?
Hey.
And Chris.
Hey, Chris.
We got to welcome somebody who's very precious to us. We got Precious Pieces. We just want to say thank you guys for being here and always just being here to start us up on the line.
Yes,
it's nice to have a nice couple people in the chat just to kind of talk to a little bit before we get into things.
Yes.
So thank you for being here, Micro Farmer. Happy birthday, Precious Pieces. And happy birthday is saying nice hair, queen.
Thank you.
And she said, I got different nicknames on YouTube.
I see. That's why I knew I couldn't see when we was getting ready to say your name
And she said, my fake birthday is on April 24th. But my real birthday is May 1st, 1981. Okay, she let us know what's going on. So she's saying happy birthday on her happy birthday account. She getting ready.
Okay, well,
we're going to go ahead and welcome somebody in. We've got Deborah. Come on, what's going on, Deborah? How you doing today?
How you doing, Deborah?
She's saying hello, love and live. She also saying hello to everybody.
Yes.
Okay, so everybody getting the hello. She's sharing the love with everybody today. What a relationship that is. We're going to go ahead and welcome somebody who be cooking up over there. You ain't cooking with her, you got a problem. Okay, this is Cooking with Ned. Woo! Cooking with Ned in this section.
Yeah.
Hope you're ready to get into some relationship questions. Again, I want to let everybody know, the people who are just now coming in here, we appreciate y'all for being in here, especially so early with us before we get the ball rolling with things.
Because Queen can't see nothing, y'all.
Precious Pieces, she's showing love in the chat. And Cooking with Ned is saying hey to chat. We also got Cooking with Ned dropping those run me my money emojis, okay? And just for that, we're going to get things a little hype and we're going to say something, all right? We're going to say, what we're going to say?
Ain't nothing free about us.
All right, thank you, Net. We appreciate you.
Yes,
and she said,
do.
yes, indeed. Let's get into it.
Woo, woo.
All right,
I'm ready,
again,
y'all.
just to preface, if you guys have any relationship questions, we're gonna answer them in the chat.
Yes.
Anything you want to talk about, anything on your mind, whether that's a personal thing, your friend, whatever. If you have any idea that you just kind of want to throw out there, we're gonna talk about it, and you could agree or disagree. We're just gonna have a chat about it.
There you go.
But with that being said, for us to start here today, we do always have our own couple of questions. Queen, or you got anything you want to get into? Anything that's been on your mind, or anything you want to talk to before we get into it?
No.
Okay, so let's start from this, okay? So, being young, one thing a lot of people battle with is like bullies. Like they have that kind of moment, and as you get older, you might not have the same bully, but some people can still kind of hold that resentment towards that person, because it's like we never kind of air things out. We never, I never got no apology. You know, you was just doing me wrong, doing me foul, treating me any type of way. And so, you know, that's the thing. You know, that's the thing. Now, this person is feeling some type of way because their boyfriend is actually went and started hanging out with their bully. And you know, she expressed everything like, you know, this is my bully, all this, that, and the third. But she didn't really say she would have a problem with him hanging with the bully. She just let him know that is his bully, or that was her bully. And so, you know, the boyfriend is all buddy with the bully.
Yeah.
You know, forming a nice little friendship and everything. And she just kind of sitting here like, okay, 1 + 1 = 2, and you know, this is not really adding up. I done told you this was my bully. So, what's really going on? How do you feel about that? And before we get into how you feel about that, we got to welcome somebody in. And Cooking with Ness, I see what you're saying, being resentful. Yeah. You know, some people, they can kind of hold on to that. They're not able to let go of that because they never really get that good confrontation or moment of apology, whatever they need to do to reconcile. But we got to welcome somebody who's all about the bank. He's all about the bars too. We got Rob Allbanks. What's good, Rob?
Hey, how
Rob
you
saying
doing?
big up to Love and Live. Queen Emmy Light. What's good with it,
Yeah,
Rob?
we like our shout out in the song.
we gonna clip that. We're gonna clip that.
That was good.
We're gonna have that one
I
coming
feel
up
good,
here.
you know.
But,
that was a good one.
Cooking with Ness said, you know, if it bothered her, you should have addressed the issue with the friend and have them hash it out. See if they can get past it. Yeah.
Is this a friend or a boyfriend?
So this is the boyfriend. So
Okay.
like, imagine you as Queen Lenora, you got you a boyfriend, right?
Mm-hmm.
You done told him, you like, okay, Bobby used to be my bully. You know, he used to bully me all the time, try to take my lunch money, you know, all them type of bullying type tactics, okay?
Yeah.
And, you know, this is years past that moment. But, you know, Bobby used to do all this. Bobby might be a different person. He might not be a bully no more.
Mm-hmm.
But all you know is your boyfriend is now hanging it with Bobby, you know, acting like, oh, buddy, what's good, Bobby? How you doing? What's going on, man? Hey, shake me up. You know, how you doing? And here we are now. And Rob said, I'm glad y'all like it. Greetings to the chat.
Yeah.
And Cooking with that saying facts. Okay, she said facts. So how do you feel about that, Queen? All right. How would you feel about that situation?
I don't know, because even though I say I'm not a forgiving person,
Yeah.
I think I am overly forgiving with certain things. I
Yeah.
don't know what that is. I never been bullied, and nor have I ever seen anybody be bullied. Like the only time I've seen it is like on TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
So really, I'm gonna give my advice off of stuff I see on TV shows, because I just never seen it. You know.
Yeah.
Firsthand, anybody being bullied. I mean, we talked about each other. We did
Yeah, you
things
pick on
that-
each other, but it was never like over the extreme.
you wasn't
like
getting my lunch money or my lunches or anything
and
like
pants me and doing all that foolishness.
yeah, or
and, you know,
getting stuffed in the locker.
Oh,
None of
yeah,
that. So
stuff
I've
that
never
you see
seen
like
any
that.
of that. So it's hard for me to have
that correlation.
Yeah, I just always assumed that was TV stuff. Like
Yeah.
I just never. Even when I see like, I'm gonna just say like plus size people be like, yeah, they picked on me my whole life, and I was like.
Yeah, because there's just something you didn't see. So
I
that's something
never
you can relate
experienced
to.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say, you know, as you should have, like Cooking when they said, have already expressed this to your man, your boyfriend, whatever. You should have already expressed completely how you feel, and give him the right to express how he feels. Because a lot of times what we do, we express how we feel, and then if the person is not expressing how we feel back, we don't want to listen. So then we cut the person off. We shun them from being able to speak their mind and their opinion.
Yeah.
So then somebody in this circle is not getting the
That
freedom of
gratification.
speaking.
Mm-hmm.
So my thing is, when you put yourself in this predicament to want to bring this up to your man, understand he can have his valid reasons of why he's talking to this guy.
Yeah.
And it doesn't have to mess with you. But what he can do is, you know, be like, I could talk to him about it, because he
That was
don't
right
even,
here.
yeah, because a lot of
That
times,
sets the record straight.
yeah, because a lot of times, I'm not saying a lot, but I'm assuming from TV,
Yeah.
when they get older, they forget that they were bullies.
Yeah.
Or they never looked at themselves as a bully. So as you're looking at him as a bully, the guy might not look at himself as a bully. So he might not have ever felt like he needed to apologize, because he's going to be able to apologize for what? Where your man can be like, you know, you used to bully my girl. Like, and she still holds on to it. Like, you did this to her and stuff like that, man.
Yeah.
You know, you're going to need to have to apologize to my girl. You know, where the man knows he's sticking up for his woman. The woman knows he's sticking up for his woman. You know, so everybody knows you sticking up for your woman, and you put things in perspective.
Yeah.
And put things in check. Because what I can't stand is a lot of people do all this, but nobody's sticking up for people. I get mad about it all the time. I'm always yelling about that. Like, you know, this is your person, so you have to listen and understand. And she has to understand that, okay, I'm kicking it with him now, and he ain't nothing like that, but what I'm going to do is let him know how you feel and have him apologize to you, so you can move past this, because for some reason, you still holding on to it. And
You're not going to say all that part.
No, I would.
You going to say that?
Because my thing is, what I get tired of people in any relationship is people always shut up. So they don't never get their freedom of speech. So you got one person that feels comfortable speaking their mind completely, and then you have another person that can't speak their mind, and they're always sugarcoating and walking around and tiptoeing. And then that's where they end up not wanting to be together later on, because they're tired of tiptoeing. And then they're going to find somebody else they ain't got to tiptoe around. And it's like, you had an opportunity not to tiptoe. It wasn't my fault that you tiptoed. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So it's that conversation. So say it, not rude, but just say, you feeling some kind of, I can't feel it because I don't know. You know what I mean? Like I say that all the time. I don't know what it's like to go with it. I got a little sympathy. I'm not really empathizing because I don't understand. I ain't never been through it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But because it's hurting your feeling and I don't want you to be hurt, I'm going to go over here and talk to my man over here. You know, and so you letting her know, I'm still going to be cool with him, but I got your back. I'm going to go over here and talk to him. I'm going to just ask him to give you an apology because, you know, it is what it is. But you can't, I'm tired of people tiptoeing in relationships and wanting relationships to last forever. Communication is the key. Why is it one person always tiptoeing in conversations?
Exactly, yeah. It
like,
needs to be a full-on conversation.
Yes.
Because you need to know what the differences is. Like, if you really don't understand, you can't play in the role acting like you understand, or again, like you say, you got sympathy or empathy for something you just
don't have.
I don't got that.
And you got to be able to be honest. Like, she can be like, or he can be like, oh man, you don't have. No, because I ain't been through. Like I just said, I ain't been through it. I'm giving advice off a TV show. I have never been through, so I don't have the empathy to be. Oh my goodness. Oh, I ain't never seen a bully.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about each other. You could call that a bully, but ain't nobody been stuffed in the closet, got beat down, got the food taken away. I ain't never seen any of that, you know. And the way I am, if I see it, I got something to say anyway. I was always one of those people. So ain't nobody would be a bully around us because back in the day, we knew how to stick up for each other. Nowadays, it's totally different. So I don't have that empathy, so I can only give advice as what I see on TV.
Yeah. So we're going to welcome somebody, you know, we're going to get into some of these chats because we got some good little attributes
good job,
and benefits in the chat. So we're going to go ahead and get rooted with somebody, okay? Rooted with the essentials. Because we're going to go ahead and welcome in Rooted in Essential.
Is it in or with?
Rooted in. We rooted
Why
in.
Why am I always saying with and nobody ever corrects me?
They don't go hand in hand. You got to get in
goodness,
it.
I'm
You
sorry.
got to get in it to win it.
Let's
Because
do it
we've
right.
got Rooted in Essential Oils.
How was your
Rooted in the
trip?
building. Say hey, loving
fam.
this show and chat fam.
Yeah.
What's going on? What's going
How
on?
was your trip?
How are you doing, Rooted? We appreciate you
I
for
didn't
being
see you
in
that
the
much on the
chat.
trip, so I
What's
need to see
going
some
on?
video clippings from you. I can see everybody else but you.
Now, Cooking
Well,
with
everybody I
Nat
know.
done said communication is key.
Amen.
All right. And she said that part to what you were saying earlier.
Okay.
And Rooted said, yeah, communication is our friend. Clarity is everything.
Thank you.
And Cooking with Nat said, what if you're dealing with a narcissist? You know, the type of people, those are the ones that only want their point to get across. You know, someone who's like really self-righteous. They don't really want to see their wrongs, anything like that. What if you're trying to have, you know, these type of conversations with a narcissistic person?
Well, I'm going to just tell you this. You know, I'm going to just say in a rough way, run.
Yeah.
That's a rough way. Just run. Because you're not going to ever get anywhere with that conversation.
There's no progress, you know.
But two, if you don't feel like you need to run and you want to work this relationship out, never keep your mouth closed. Mm-hmm. Anytime they want to say something, because usually a narcissist is with somebody who is non-confrontational.
Yeah.
And both of them, to me, are the epitome of a worse relationship. You have a non-confrontational person. That means they're holding everything inside. And then when they break up with you, they clear why they're breaking up with you. You lost and confused. A narcissist pretty much won't ever leave you unless you just make them miserable. And you have to make them miserable by always speaking your truth. I think a narcissist gets away with a lot of stuff because everybody goes, well, that's just how that person is. Mm-hmm. Well, that's just how that person is. Well, then they'll stop talking to you. I'm going to tell you, anybody that's a narcissist around me, they don't talk to me long. Like, we've been cool, been friends forever. I even have relationships with, some of them. And they don't really come to me with stuff because I'm confrontational.
You're not gonna play.
Yeah, I'm confrontational, so I'm gonna always got to say my opinion. Because if I don't get to say how I feel, best believe I can't talk to you. Like, you won't hear. I could walk in the room and never say another word to you, and I think nothing of it. So I have to express my feelings. It's smarter for me to express it to somebody else first, so then I can come at you nice and correctly. But if I don't get a chance to come to somebody first and I come to you first, I'm going to hurt your feelings. But I know that about myself. One thing is, like, I can use my husband as an example. My husband is non-confrontational, but confrontational. Like, when it's just me and him, he'll be confrontational. When he's fed up, he's confrontational. That's the way to say it. But a lot of times in the beginning of our arguments, he was expecting me just to want him to side with me. And I always would be like, no, I need to know your point of view. I'm telling you my point of view. I need to hear your point of view. Because I'm not going to understand unless you tell me your point of view. So I've always done that. Even like if Chris get mad now and he just be like, no, never mind. I'm like, how will I ever know to fix anything that I need to fix if I'm not hearing it from you? I can assume anything, but I need to hear what is bothering you so I can kind of fix the situation. Even if I'm going to debate and say my point, I need to hear how you feel.
Yeah, at the end of the day, that's the bottom line. Yeah, that's the communication.
And I'm going to just tell you, I don't think me and Chris would be as far as we are in our marriage if I wouldn't do that. Because I think so many times in his life, before ever meeting me, everybody had their point of view. He's dealt with narcissists. He's dealt with people that just have their point of view. And if you sit back and look at people, you'll realize people are not always listening to you. So that's the conversation. So with Chris, I have to say, no, I want to hear you. I remember one of our first arguments, he was like, okay, fine, you're right. I'm not trying to be right. Like, that's not I just want you to know what I'm feeling. Now it's your turn to tell me how you feeling. Mm-hmm. And so we had to have that. And that was hard for him to be able to express how he feels. Because nobody ever paid him any attention to express how they felt. Because everybody always wanted to be the winner. I didn't want to win. Mm-hmm. To this day, when me and Chris argue, I don't want to win. I want it to be both of us together.
You know, it's a discussion. It's not about right, wrong. It's about you, your side, my side. And it's just that meeting in between.
Yeah.
And once you meet in between, then you can have the understanding. Now, I don't agree with you. Okay, you want to shoot a whole bunch of people, and I don't agree with that at all. Mm-hmm. Okay, that we're not doing that. Yeah. But at least I know why you're trying to do that, and now I can help you to not do that.
And I'm like, baby, you only go to jail. And if you go to jail, I ain't putting no money on your books. Okay, if you go to jail, I'm not writing you, and I'm not paying for it because you in jail. Who gonna pay the bill?
It's like,
there's gonna be things you need to think about because you ain't got one of those ride or die women that's just gonna hold on until you get back. So they keep me still with you, don't go to jail.
And that's an extreme case, but it's just something like that.
But you see how that conversation is?
You can talk.
So he knows my point of view,
mm-hmm.
and I got his point of view, and we just have to work it out.
But rooted with essential oils, are rooted in essential oils. Look at me, I'm with the essential oils. All right, rooted in essential oils, saying yes. And the trip was everything.
Okay.
I will share soon. Get in it. Yep.
I was like, wait a minute, I'm it. Everybody but rooted. Okay, I saw you once, I think.
And so yeah, rooted in essential oils is going to be having the some videos for us to see. Get into it. Also saying, Net was saying exactly. I agree. Now Rob, he came through saying, okay, what's a pessimist? All right, we coming through here with the Google. Pessimist is somebody who sees the negative in everything. Oh. So when you coming through and you letting somebody know, oh, you know what? I just won the lottery, for example. Like we have that question that's going to be talked about today. Oh, man, you just won a lottery? How much money is it going to take away from you? Oh, man.
Everybody going to come get all your money.
Yeah. Like, you sure it was a really good thing to really even win the lottery in the first? Now you got to get all this stuff figured out. Like, dang.
You still going to be broke.
Oh, yeah, exactly. You made all that money, you just going to spend it really anyway. So I don't know what to... Why even, why
so
even
pessimistic and narcissist is pretty much the same. The difference between whatever the word is that they're more about themselves and they can only hear themselves and they only feel like they're right and nobody else is wrong.
Yes.
Everybody else is wrong but they're right, and then they feel attacked and then they feel like everybody got some problem with them. And then it's really about them. Pessimistic, basically, they don't have nothing positive to say.
Yeah, and that's what the pessimist is. So you can bring them the most positive, uplifting situation, and they're going to find the negative in it. Yeah. And just like Queen Lenora said, you step with somebody who's narcissistic, they're self-righteous. They can't be touched by anything. Nothing they do wrong is a wrong. You wrong for even thinking it's a wrong. How dare you think it's a wrong? Matter of fact, you wrong. Your whole family wrong, and your granddad wrong.
There you go.
All right, so that's the conversation we having with that. And so that's just what that is, Rob. That's the difference between a narcissist and a pessimist. Net was saying, that was my mom's husband, and that's why I had to move hours away because I couldn't deal with it. And she said, there's nothing wrong with being transparent in a respectful way too,
But you got to understand, even with that respectful way, it's sometimes hard to be respectful. So you really have to come into the conversation with his own, because when somebody snaps at you, it is a automatic for Queen. It is an automatic reaction for me to give you the same tone you're giving me.
Yeah, keeping the same. Okay, you want to turn it up? Let's turn it up.
I can show you.
We both got a volume on. We both can we can go up, we can go down, we can go left, right.
Better than I can tell you.
All right, the gun can shoot both ways. They say you got a sword on your tongue. We can clash real quick. It's that kind of party. So, how sharp is your blade? Because I know I just sharpened mine.
So you have to be prepared for that reaction, that you don't end up reacting to their reaction, because you want to keep the conversation at a nice level. Even level, even if they're acting.
Idealistically, we would stick here and we would say somebody's going off on Queen Lenora. Eli right now am cranking it up. I went from 5 volume to now 20, and I'm just straight yelling at you. Then Queen Lenora would come with a nice calm response, but
we know that's a lie.
We're not going to really. That's again idealistically. We're not speaking in that moment, but in an ideal way, that's how you would want to respond. You wouldn't want to get that rise, and you wouldn't want to acknowledge the foolishness. You would want them to come down and be on a respectful plane and level with you.
And Queen is learning. She's not there. No, I'm being honest, because I don't want y'all to be like, well, I heard her say no. I am nothing but learning, okay? I will go off in a heartbeat, not think nothing of it, and look at you crazy. And still, wait, even though I'm yelling at you and acting the fool with you, I still want to hear your opinion and what you got to say. But I will go off and I will let you know. And then with my broken down self can't do nothing, will be like, if you feeling froggy, then jump. Okay, let's do what you want to do. You want to feel froggy? Let's go. What's up?
What's the health problem?
Yeah.
What's the health problem?
And then when the drilling goes away, and I'm at the emergency room because I feel froggy.
Well, we gotta welcome somebody in though. All right, we gotta welcome somebody in. Queen Lenora coming through with that foolishness. We gonna welcome somebody in very dear to us. All right, we welcoming in GJ Threefold. Now, GJ Threefold is actually coming with a really good question, a piece to this. Okay, so GJ3 is saying you need to hear someone's point of view, but how can you do that if the other one don't want to talk? You know, especially if you live with them. Like, you around this person, you need to have this conversation. Like, I'm trying to talk to you. All right, I said my piece. I want to hear what you got to say. All right, we done did this. Now, let's get into it. I don't feel like we really had a conversation because I'm doing all the talking and you're not doing enough speaking.
Yeah.
So what is something that you would do to handle a situation like this?
I'm going to tell you, first of all, what you should not do. Because Queen has done this.
Yeah.
I had this roommate for about 5 seconds. And she was mad at me about something. And I had no understanding why she was mad. So I asked her, like, why are you mad at me? And she was like, I don't feel like talking about it.
Yeah.
And what you mean you don't feel like talking about? I need to be able to fix this. Because my job, my thing in my mind and in my heart and body and soul, is I'm not doing anything to personally
attack you. Yeah.
Offend you, attack you.
Whatever it is. I'm not coming with that angle.
If I did something to hurt your feelings, I need you to tell me so I can fix the situation or rectify it or explain why I came in the direction that I came, and that it was no harm, no foul. Really, that's what it is. But she did not want to talk. Well, about 5 minutes with Queen Lenore. This is when I was young. I think it was right when I met Chris too. I was young and I just went off. Now I'm mad because you mad, and I don't know why I'm mad, but I'm mad because you mad. So then I cussed her out. We almost fought because you wouldn't tell me what I did to offend you. Mm-hmm. Don't do stuff like that.
Yeah.
But my thing is, we're not going to go to another conversation until we fix this conversation. So if you saying I don't want to talk right now, okay, well, the next conversation we have is going to be about the situation.
Yeah.
But I'm not ready to talk about it. Well, when you're ready to talk about it, we're going to talk about it. Now, that might be the wrong situation.
Yeah.
And I always tell people, if you don't have a mindset, see, I have a mindset that I can do that. Mm-hmm. If you don't have a mindset to do that, don't do it.
Yeah, because you're not going to be able to be actually consistent with it.
Yeah, I can be consistent. I'm not budging. Because literally, I am about fixing. I know communication is me speaking, but it's also me listening and understanding. And if you're not giving me the opportunity to listen and understand what you're saying in a respectful way, then we haven't I can't talk to you. I can't be fake and be your best friend if I haven't told you how I felt. Unless you're just never going to be my best friend, or unless you're never going to be my man, or you're just never going to be somebody close to me. If you're a stranger and I see you once in the blue, you don't owe me that, because I'm not going to, we ain't going to be.
Not that kind of party. It's not.
You know what I mean?
I don't owe you that type of conversation, but if you're here with somebody you actually care about, you value the relationship in any type of way, this is something that you kind of need to apply.
Yeah.
And I think, again, when we have problems, like how GJ3 is saying, you got somebody who don't want to speak on it, it's hard to put pause on the conversation, because it's hard to put pause on life. Everything is going to happen. So even though you might be in a moment where you just did the most upsetting thing to me, once you kind of cool down, now you're not upset no more. But again, we still didn't have this conversation now. So now we came in this conversation, and then it gets to the point to where GJ3 saying, well, what happens with them when it happens more than just once? And
well, my thing is once you learn
frequently
it. Yeah, but once you learn, they learn you. Because everybody is teachable. Mm-hmm. So people are better off if you show them better than you could tell them, okay? Yeah. Because we always want to tell somebody something, but then we can't even follow what we telling somebody else to do.
Yeah.
So my thing is, you let them know, like conversations, okay? Because some people do need a break to calm down.
Yeah.
Like I'm one of those people, if I'm mad, and I'm talking to you, I will tell you, let me get this off my shoulder. This is what I'm mad about, A, B, C, D. Now you know what I'm mad about, but I need to calm down. Usually I need to go talk to somebody so I can get it all out. And then they did, and then I got to do all that. Yeah, and then I had somebody go, well, and this is their point of view. And then I calm down. Now I can come and talk to you with some sense. So there's sometimes people do need that moment to be able to
find a peace in that.
Yeah,
let's bring it down to a respectable level. Then we can now have the conversation. Yeah. Because if we're going to have the conversation straight out the oven, you're going to get burnt.
You are. And that's what it is. But people get mad when somebody talks about the situation with somebody else.
Yeah.
And I tell people, when you get to know me, you always want me to talk to somebody else before I come and talk to you. And best believe, when I talk to somebody, I'm talking to somebody who ain't going to have my back. Like, they're gonna. I mean, they have my back because they love me, but they're gonna tell me, Lenora, you're wrong. Yeah. Lenora, okay, you're right, but you gotta understand their point of view. They're not just gonna take my side because I'm running my mouth. So if I'm not just, I don't just talk to everybody. I have probably like 3 people I tell stuff to, and that's it. And most of those people live here with me. So like really, that's just what it is. I have to vent. Yeah. Before I come and talk to you like you got some sense. Okay. Because I always know that if I come to you wrong, you're gonna automatically come back to me wrong because who wouldn't?
That's just the energy. Yeah. So catching back up with the chat, Cooking with Ness, it's never about winning. It's compromise and understanding.
Right there,
set them standards.
Yes,
all right?
Nat.
Now Rob saying okay, and Cooking with Nat was saying okay, already looking for the negative, and that's that pessimistic view. Yeah. And Rob was like, wow, okay, he feeling that. Now GJ3 said pessimistic. Okay, what if you ain't trying to talk about what's going to happen, but it's the only thing to talk about what's going on now? Like, all right, what if this is really happening? Now you're on a negative plane, negative thought, but this is what's happening. This is real life. You feel like there's a difference between the real life, like what's happening now, speaking on what's happening now, or do you feel like that's still within the pessimistic plane?
Okay, so I'm just going to say, this is my honest opinion how I feel about things. As we're all on here right now, we all have, even this little young buck, have all been through something similar, like exactly the same. And we all have our own points of view. Yeah. Period.
Yeah. We can see the same thing and everybody got a different
idea. We done the same thing. Like, and that's why I wanted to say, like, young, because what he's going through now, I already been through. Yeah. Where some of us have already been through the stuff, and we have a strong need to feel like telling people, be careful of this, be careful of that. My thing is, everybody has to make their own path. Now, if Elijah goes, okay, Auntie, our GJ3 or Cooking with Ned or Rob, you could give your opinion, and you could say, well, when I went through this is what happened, blah, 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 blah. I say that all the time, this is what happened. But I'm like, it might not happen to you, but I'm just letting you know this is what happened. Be aware, be careful about this stuff. Because you got to understand what you can handle, I can't handle. And what I can handle, he can't handle. You know what I mean? So sometimes let people just enjoy their moment. You know what I mean? So if somebody wins the lottery, we don't need to hear all the negative. Enjoy the lottery. Let somebody else who is not their friend or their relatives enjoy that moment with them. And then later on when you can think about it, and he sits there and goes, oh, you know what I just realized? What? They're going to take half the... Yeah, but you know what? No matter if they taking half your money, you got way more money than you before, and you still going to be a millionaire, and we going to party up again. You can pump it up. You don't have to stay in that negative. And the only thing is, like, I probably wouldn't tell a lot of people because, then everybody going to want their hands out and stuff like that. You can bless whoever you want to bless, but you want to kind of be a little cautious because you don't want everybody just running up on you like that, Because, when we poor, we always talking about we got you when we get some. We got you. That's how you get a lot of broke. That's how Will Smith got broke, when he was Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And that's why he had to do that show because he got broke. Exactly. So it is, you can give that wisdom and not be pessimistic, but enjoy that person's moment. You know what I mean? Like, give that person a moment. That's why if somebody tells me, oh, and me and GJ3 just won the lotto. And GJ came to me and go, Queen, I won the lottery. I'm like, oh, that's what I'm talking about. I'm going to be celebrating with you. Yeah. Now, I won the lotto too, but this is your moment. I'm not trying to steal your moment. I'll tell you about my moment later.
But you have your shine.
But this is your shine.
You came with the news just now.
Yes. Like, I'm not going to do that to you, But people are now like, oh, you won I won the lotto too. How much you win? So you took their moment away. And I don't think we think how much we do stuff like that. Yeah.
It's little too. It's just like a micro thing. Something you don't realize. Yeah,
but then you realize it when somebody does it to you constantly.
Like, dang, you don't have to really rain on my shine. Like, man, I feel like $1 million. Now you got me feeling like 100. Like, what's going on here? I thought I was special.
Yeah, so I think it's like, instead of being so ready to tell somebody the negative, like, okay, Elijah, he's 20. He's 20? No, 19.
About to be 20.
He's about to be 20. He's getting married. A lot of people, oh, you're too young to get married. Well, when is the right age to get married? Because literally, I've seen people be together for 10 years and can't make it in their marriage. I've seen people be together for 5 seconds and been married for 50 years. So what is the right time? And they was young when they did it, because how they've been married for 50 years if they weren't young. So my thing is, each person has their own review of life. Let people live their life. It's like we stopping them from living their life, trying to protect them, and you can't protect nobody like that. They have to. Do you know how hard it is as a mom to look at my boys and be like, oh God, you're making a mistake. Oh God, don't do this. Oh God. No, but they gotta learn. I had to learn. My mom let me be free to learn. When I hit 18, she was like, do what you gotta do. Understand, it ain't gonna be that easy, blah, 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 blah. And I ain't there to bail you out all the time. It's the same thing. Let people enjoy their life. We be pessimistic, or we're being narcissistic. I can't even say the word.
Yeah, narcissistic. Yeah.
We're being
pessimistic, narcissistic. We're being in those lanes, though.
Yeah, we're doing all this in the name of I'm trying to help, and I think that's where we forget to enjoy the moments with the people instead of trying to help. We want to help them over enjoying the moments. That's what I want to say.
Yeah, and you're kind of taking away that flame. Yeah. Now, Rob said he just needed a clarification on the pessimistic thing. Yeah. And 𝒮𝒾𝒶𝓁𝓈s matched the energy. She said, made the gum fall out her mouth when I did the volume thing. And she said, right. And Rob said, it's a conflict of interest. Time stops for no one. When we were talking about that conversation kind of lingering on. 𝒮𝒾𝒶𝓁𝓈s, she was agreeing with what she's saying. That's a been there, done that kind of situation. Yeah. And 𝒮𝒾𝒶𝓁𝓈s said, right, you're going to hear from family, but you ain't gonna talk while people start popping up. Yeah, it's gonna be that moment. Rob said, do right, keep God in your house, and continue to be blessed. All right, that's how he sums it up. And yeah, I think a situation like this, of course, people always want to, when it comes to the pessimistic view, some people are not trying to be that way. Like, they don't understand that that's what they're doing. Again, like you're saying, it could come from a protective angle, but if we over here, every time I talk to you and you on that note, why would I want to speak to you? Because, you always hear you are what you around. Your surroundings are very important. We hear the environment conversation happen a lot. So the people that you surround yourself with, if they're not really aligned with you, and then, it's kind of like a for or against. They're going to end up kind of bringing you down. Yeah. Whether you up, and that could be in your favor or to your disadvantage. If you around a whole bunch of people who's making money, getting successful, or doing kind of stagnant, they're complacent, they're cool with where they're at in life, then you're going to kind of level out and maybe start dimming down to that level as well. So it's a similar thing. If every time something is negative, you might get a little bite of that negativity coming into your life. Man, I did just win the lottery, but man, like, now I got to pay for this. This is just so stressful. Maybe I shouldn't have won the lottery. So now you're taking away from your moment, and you're speaking down on, on something that should be a happy thing for you. No matter what you got to pay, you just made some extra money.
Yeah.
So
like me, I have I'm one of those rough people. I'm a rough chick. I don't know how to be a little feminine chick when I need to be. I'm just where it is. And I'll tell people, hold me accountable just as much as I hold you accountable. We could be accountable people. And then people run away from me, and then I don't have no money. I will hold you accountable. But people don't like to be held accountable, you know. And it took me forever to realize people don't like to be held accountable. Even though I'm saying hold me accountable, they don't want to because they don't like it. And I'll be like, well, I don't know what to tell you, You got, it is what it is. And we all are different in so many different ways. Yeah. And sometimes we think we're one way when we're really not. Yeah. And for people who are pessimistic or
narcissistic,
they don't see it or realize they are that way because they're in their mind thinking it's all about them world or I'm helping. Help is just I'm there for you. Mm-hmm. I'm going to cheer you on. I got your back. Now, when you ask me a question, then I can give you my point of view. Yeah. And that's what I think people need to wait for is somebody to ask you for that help, not just tell you. There's some stuff you could be like, oh, okay, like, when you get married, there's this and this going to happen. Just letting you know, beware. Because I'm only telling you because nobody told me. I did that to my daughter recently. I was like, and I tell them all the time, this is y'all. It ain't got nothing to do with me. But I'll be like, I'm going to just tell you, this is going to happen. Because nobody told me. All them old married women and then the same age me married women, nobody told me this. And so I had to come to them and be like, why y'all didn't tell me? And so we laugh about it and have a good time. But those are things that I feel like I should say. Because just in case it happens, my mama told me about that. Now, I see what she's talking about now. You know, those are nice, friendly, fun conversations. I never make it seem like you got to do this or you got to avoid this or you got to. The only thing I like am very adamant about is like what I'm adamant about. And still, you don't have to take it. But like I said, when you come to me later about it and you didn't do what I asked you to do, I'm going to be like, kind of warned you this was going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
I needed
Now you need my help out the mess.
I can't help you right now because now you guys are married. It became a problem. You are as one, so now y'all got to kind of like work these things out because you really don't need a lot of people telling you what to do. It's just like when you have a kid. Oh, I'm pregnant. Okay, make sure you do this. And newborn, make sure they got a T-shirt on, a sock on it. This. It's 1,000 degrees. They need a T-shirt and a sock on it. But, you know, we all about to die. I just want to put the baby in the ice bath. No, because they need a T-shirt and a sock, and, you know. So, because they stuck on their ways.
Yeah. And this is the correct way to do it.
And I
their
think
way
if
is
people,
the correct way.
Yeah, and I think if people realize that and remember that, then it's like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? I think that's what we miss, is that we forget about it when it's us. Like, when it's us, we don't like people to do it, but then we do it to other people. Pay attention and treat people the way you want to be treated, truly the way you want to be treated, not what you think you want.
All right, so we're going to get to what GJ3 came through it because he seemed like he got a really good question.
Okay.
But before we get to that, I want to catch up with the chat. Cooking with Nat saying YouTube must have did an update because she over here trying to scroll back and it won't let her.
Ooh.
Rob said he living out of backwards. It's rough down here. He said, Queen, you're right, though. We got to hold ourselves accountable.
Yeah.
He said you're going to have to find out yourself. He was laughing at a shirt, a sock, a T-shirt. And then, you know, you're going to get all the whole nine. They're going to tell you, oh, this is an old school remedy. You're going to have to do this. Flip the baby over behind. Put him up. Hold him like a turkey. And you just shake him a little bit. And all of a sudden, everything's magical.
On my oldest, that's what I dealt with. And I was so mad. Oh, I remember that. Put that shoes on. If you don't leave me alone, let me figure stuff out on my own.
Yeah. So, getting to what GJ3 saying, he said, you know, I can let people enjoy their moment. It's just when people say about their own self, like with the not caring about their own self, is how they talk out of their own mouth is what can get me during the process. You know, you got somebody speaking on themselves in a negative way and you trying to step in and intervene and like uplifting, you know, he's saying, you know, that's what can get me during the process. Example, can you imagine listening to two or more people talking or trying to talk and they both just saying how much they don't care about this or don't care about that? Then, you know, of course, like, all right, you tearing each other down with that conversation. So when you want to come and intervene, you're not coming through with a pessimistic view. You're more so trying to uplift, but getting caught in the crossfire. Well,
I don't think that's pessimistic. I think you're really trying to uplift them. I remember I had a friend and she was just saying how much she don't like herself, so I made her get in front of the mirror. And because I tell people all the time, get in the mirror, get butt naked and get in the mirror and just talk about all the stuff you love about yourself and all the things you don't like about yourself. And then when you see the stuff that you don't like about yourself, write it down and start telling yourself how much you love those things. Yeah. Because you need to love yourself for who you are, what you are, not what society tells you need to be. And I don't think that's pessimistic. I think I'm trying to encourage you to see the better life in you because you're worth so much. God created you to be this awesome, wonderful person. And you're basically telling God, I don't like how you created me. Like, you didn't do a good job. You're horrible. So go tell somebody that the kid is like, oh, your kid is ugly. You did a horrible job.
Ooh, dang.
You and your baby daddy did that. Your baby mama made that. You know, you ain't going to get no compliment. It ain't going to be no nice thing. But I don't think we realize that when we're saying negative things about ourselves. You know what I mean? When you say those negative things, you really slapping God in the face. That's just how I take it. So I don't think that's pessimistic, GJ. Yeah. I don't think that at all. I think it's just I'm encouraging you to understand your worth and that you are more valuable than apparently you can see. And I'm here to let you know how great you are. So I don't think that's pessimistic at all. Like, you know, you're uplifting. Pessimistic is not uplifting. They're downing you.
Yeah, bringing things down, spiraling
and
down.
talking about you like a dog, basically. So, no, I think uplifting is totally different. And don't get those confused because it's not the same.
I agree with that. Rob's saying, yup. We got to welcome somebody who just stepped into the building. We got BGBGP Elemental P in the building. What's good with the BGBGP?
See, I got my alphabet wrong.
Daddy Big Gaming Promotion stepping in. You know what he says. He says, how you feeling? How you living? What's going on? BDBGP is in the session.
Okay, BDBGP, don't get mad because I messed up my alphabets. I don't know what I was going through.
Say chilling fan Elemental P in the building.
That's right.
All right, what's going on? He said, Love and Live. It's the new Battle of the Beast Tag Team Tournament.
Woo, woo.
All right, and I heard that we switching it up. We doing the votes in the chat. So, you know, yeah, he said, yeah, okay, yeah. Don't forget.
Sunday at 5. So we gotta you gotta make sure, cause I'm on my way home at 5, so you gotta be on at 5.
And BDBGP is saying, don't forget the QRSTU and the V. Okay,
yeah, all right,
don't forget that.
I ain't gonna forget that.
Don't forget. Pick up what he's putting down.
I'm trying to learn my alphabet the right way. BDBGP. Okay, I'm gonna learn my alphabet the right way.
And GJ3 saying, yeah, pessimistic and uplifting are two different things. Mm-hmm. Indeed, absolutely. He's agreeing that. It's on that moment. So now we kind of settle on that level. We got somebody sliding on through saying, what it do, crew? We got Nicole Reeves.
Hey, sis, how you doing?
Nicole, what's going on, Nicole? How you doing? Nice to see you in the section.
Yeah.
She came through on that note. She's like, she had the 3 question marks on her. What it do, crew? She want to know for real.
What it do?
All right, we in here over chilling, talking about some relationship advice.
Yes.
So stepping into this next question, I think it's about time that we finally get into the title in here.
Yeah.
All right, this one right here is saying, okay, we won the lottery. Mm-hmm. Now girlfriend wants her early retirement. Mm-hmm. So let's paint the picture here. All right. Okay. We got some people who is I wouldn't say quite middle age. They're over here. They're in their 30s. They're kind of enjoying themselves. And his girl's 27. He about 30 himself in that range. But all that to be said, they've been together for 3 years, and he really enjoys her. And what she does, she's more in a creative field and everything. So sometimes her finances is up, sometimes it's down. You're just kind of inconsistent on how things is flowing. So all that to say, they've been grinding, they've been living life, they've been hustling, and doing their own things in their own rights.
Yeah.
But recently, that lottery ticket that he bought really paid off. Okay. That lottery ticket's real nice. Yeah. And if everything turns out well, he should be settling out of this with about $600K. And so he's gonna be at least in $500,000 territory.
Oh, okay.
So now he just went from making some decent wages to now just getting $500,000 in his account. And,
over half, yes.
Yeah, over half. And ever since his girl been hearing about this, she's talking about, this is just so nice. We should be doing the trips and everything like that. And he wants to do that. He loves this woman. This is probably somebody he's going to marry. He got that kind of in his mind. So he's all for that. He's all for let's go ahead and do all this. But he also wants to make sure things are not, financially going like we just blew everything. He wants to make sure he's setting them up for a good financial future as they have fun and do all this. So as much as he wants to go out, spiral out, go on a vacation and, really lay back, he knows that, okay, we only had $500,000. I don't know if he could really just kind of retire all the way on this kind of funds. Let's set up some investments. Let's set up this. So all this really has his mind in a whole loop. And, he just wants to know what's some advice you would give him in this situation. He don't feel like she's a gold digger. She's been with him for this time, and he really loves her, and he enjoys this. And they just having this moment. But he does want to be mindful of the finances and their future, and he don't want them to just go broke with all this good money. How do you feel about this? Let's get into it. And BDBGP said, Love and Live correct. Everybody tune in and get the opportunity to judge and vote within the live chat during each battle. Absolutely.
All right.
He doing a little different over there. So we're going to try to tune in and see what we got going on over with Elemental P, BDBGP.
Yeah.
All right. DJ3 saying narcissists can be difficult to deal with.
Yeah, very difficult to deal with.
And Rob said, keep working, just not as hard. And Ned said, sorry, fam, be right back. I got to go get me some turnip greens. Okay, all right. Rob said, don't overspend. Live within your means.
Yeah.
And Rob said, yes, save some money.
Yeah.
All right, live like you were before you hit the lotto.
That's what I'm saying.
And so what would you say for them in this situation?
Well, I say give her some money.
Yeah.
So because there's no money off of you, give her $10,000 so then she don't have to have no she don't have to do no tax write off on the money. So give her $10,000. Whatever she want to do with $10,000, that's her thing.
Yeah. You
give yourself whatever amount you want. You already paid the taxes. Do whatever you want. Mm-hmm. Put the rest in the bank where it's making its own money. It's gonna reproduce and make bigger money. You know, they have all these different things, and I know they got more and more stuff. Put stuff away for retirement so you're not worried about it.
Yeah.
And then, you know, like, have your money set aside for just the bills being paid for, you know. And so the money that you guys are bringing in is now going, she could put her money to the side over here. You put your money to the side over there, and rent and electricity and car insurance is paid for a good 4 years, you know. Just pay, you know, you can just make, you know, this is the account for that, and that's only for rent, electricity. That's what that money is for. So she got $10,000 to do whatever she wants. You got whatever money you set aside for yours, and you got the money that's for the household, and then all your money is now being invested into the stocks and the insurance, the retirement, and all that. And then you still work. So whatever money you're bringing in from working, regardless of it's little or not, it don't matter because now you guys, she can invest her money from work over here, and you can invest your money from work over here, and you guys are still building money. Yeah. Because rent is paid for 4 years. So 4 years, you can do whatever you want. If you don't ever want to save, if she don't ever want to save, that's on her. Because this money is yours. You won the lotto. You gave her $10,000. You do this, blah, blah, blah. Now, however you want to do it, it's up to you. You can say $10,000 a year, 6 months. However you want to do it, it's up to you. But yes, please invest your money wisely so it's turning over. So by the time you retire, you will be a millionaire, and not just 1 million. You will have 4 or 5 million because you have so much money over there. And like even what I just said, you still gonna have probably what. It depends on how much you're going to give yourself to do. Yeah. You'll have at least $400,000 in investment. And so you spent $200,000 and you haven't really spent. You gave her $10,000. That ain't even hitting close to $100,000. You know what I mean? Yeah. But you might want to put whatever over here just for rainy days or whatever you want to do. Whatever. Just don't go buck wild like, oh, I need to buy this $80,000 car, $100,000 car. No, we're not doing that because what you want to do is you might want to retire early. Mm-hmm. So where you getting that money from retiring early and all that, just think really wisely with your money. Let her know you get $10,000. Now, if you don't want to have a job or whatever, this is what it is. Because 4 years is paid for rent, insurance, car notes, all that is paid right here. That money is here. Like I would take some of that money and pay off, like if you have a car note, pay it off. Yeah. Because you're slicing a lot of that money down if you pay it off. You know, you pay more money with the interest if you don't. So, but like your car insurance, the rent, electricity, water bill, whatever, that's all done for a year. You ain't got to worry about it. So for 2, 3, 4 years, however you want. So whatever you do, this is what it is. This is what you get. This is your allowance. Call it a day. Yeah. And now if she don't like it, oh well, because you got to think about the future. Yeah. Because what we do is we get all this money and she's up here thinking about, dang, we got all this money, I can relax. You can relax. You could go quit the job you have and go get a part-time job and put all that part-time money to the side. It's up to you. Like, you can make whatever dreams you want to come true at this moment because literally, you ain't got rent to pay. You ain't got electric bill to pay, water bill, because it's all taken care of. It's all in this account right here. The rest is tied up. It's going in for, the future. So if she is the one with you for the future, you cool. If she ain't, you still cool. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Either way it goes, you good. And Rob said, give her a little something and see how she moves. Give her that money, whatever you're comfortable with, and see how she spends it. And that will give you an idea of what you need to do. Maybe you kind of need to hunker down and be like, all right, I'm gonna have to be really taking the financial lead here because she want to blow it all over here at the Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Chanel, whatever. Yeah. So, I agree with that. Rob saying, right, you got to see, you still got to live. and keep an emergency stash too.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said put like 200,000 where you guys can. You give her 10,000. You might give her 10,000 every year. Like I don't know. It's up to you how you do it, because you don't really need to be having 200,000. But like I know, at least 100 grand should just go for. I ain't paying rent.
Yeah, exactly. And you know,
Rob, I ain't paying no water bill, electric bill. I ain't paying no insurance. I'm just not paying it, you know. And I know for me, I would be excited. Like I got $10,000, and if I work, whatever money, it could be. I might be the main person working on the business, but you invested in the business, so it's our business. So we put our name on it and call it a day. But if we just, you up there getting you a Louis Vuitton, a Chanel, and you just got you a new, well, that's up to you. You're going to have to pay the car note and stuff on that, because I was paying for the Pinto, and that's what I paid for the Pinto. Now, you wanted to get a new car, that was up to you, because you're not running it dry just as they would be back broke again. Because that's what most people do. They win the lottery, and they spend all the money, and then they right back broke again. Yeah. They should do a show just for that.
And Rob said, 4 years come quick. Yesterday was 2020. Some folks, they get the money and live for the day instead of investing in their future. Yeah. And I think that's important too. But we got to welcome somebody in. We got Life with L.A. Samson. You know who it is. It's Marcus. What's going on? Life with Marcus ain't here. He coming through on the part 2 on that nice second channel you got over there. He's saying, hey there, what's going on? Life with Marcus. What's going on?
I can't see, so I don't know why he don't give me my used to be clues.
So, Rob, he said exactly Queen, and Marcus said that's right. Listen, Rob said trillions. Run me my money. You saying budget? No, work out your finances. Don't make big purchases, but you ain't taking care of your business yet. Yeah, don't do that, because you just getting yourself in more financial burden. You don't want to do that.
You gotta show nobody that you got money. That's what I'm thinking. When you show people that you got money, that just gives them an opportunity to beg. Exactly. So don't show nobody that you got money. Enjoy what you have. And like I said, you put 400,000, it's going to accumulate and give you some money. You still 1,000 there, okay? Yeah. And then you put this other money, it's still sitting. It's not there for you to play. You give yourself a certain amount of money to do whatever you want to do. And then you give her certain amount. You can only give her 10,000 without it being taxes, unless you just give her a joint card that you guys have and put like 20, 30,000, 40,000, so it's still coming out of your account and she ain't gotta pay taxes on it. You could do it that way, so you could give her more than 10,000 if you want. I just know up to 10,000 she gotta pay taxes.
Tax break right
so
there,
you can just give her a card and she can just whatever's in that account. If you spend it all, this is how much is in there. 40,000 in there. If you spend it all, that's on you. I mean,
it's really just the idea of get your stuff in line.
Yeah.
Make sure you secure. Make sure things are paid. And set yourself up. Like how Rob was saying, some folks, they live in the moment. Instead of doing that, let's invest in our future a little bit. Let's see where things are going to go.
Yeah.
Let's not just think, we just got this money, buck wild. And that's kind of where you can see his mind is trying to go.
Yeah.
But he also do want to have fun and really enjoy his partner. So you can still do that and still be healthy in a financial way.
Yeah.
Let's put this money aside. Let's get whatever need to be paid for. Let's have this emergency fund.
Yeah.
Let's have a nice fallback emergency fund.
Exactly.
And let's get things going and live in our life. Now, GJ3 said, remember, the more money you make, the more you need to know how to. You know how to do. You need to know this stuff, because to whom much is given, more is required.
It is.
Yeah.
And as I say, I think we get so excited about how much money we got that we don't realize how to spend it wisely and what to do with it. You know what I mean? And I already said, if I ever won the lottery, I probably wouldn't tell nobody. I would just go and get the money and just do what I got to do, because everybody out the woodworks is going to come. And I'm not nice.
How you doing? You know what? Yeah, what's going on, bestie? How you doing today?
And I'm not nice. I'm going to just tell you ain't my bestie. I don't even know who you are.
You ain't been around since when? 1902?
Yeah, you just found out I won the lottery. Now you know my name. I don't need you to know my name.
Eleanor. How you doing, Eleanor?
That really won't get you no money. That name really won't get you no money.
Man.
But yeah, so... But yeah, I've always said that, because it is. It's like, I get... Everybody else is relieved once you got money, because now they feel like they got money because
they get a piece of the pie. Yeah.
So, and I'm like, you're not going to be feeling relieved. Like, even the family ain't going to feel relieved. You be shocked when I give you something. Like, where did this come from?
Now Marcus is saying, save it for the future. Because you see, I had to learn it the hard way.
Yeah.
So, this is Marcus coming through from the first hand. He's like, when you got some money, you want to make sure you planning your stuff right, dotting your T's, crossing your T's, dotting your I's, doing what you need to do. I got a little reverse over there.
It's all right.
But you gotta handle your business, stand on the business as well, and really set yourself up for your future. GJ3 came through, putting a thumbs up. So I think we talked about that one really good. Got into a nice discussion, good groove with that conversation because, again, it's not like he's being irrational with the situation.
No.
And he's really reaching out for some good advice in the situation because, it could be one of us right now just stumble upon a nice sum of money and be blessed in any way.
Please let me stumble upon a nice sum of money, Lord Jesus.
But it's all about how we handle that money though.
I'll handle it right, Lord. Please just send me a bundle of money.
Because one thing that happens is a lot of people they'll spend all that money and be woe is me. But if you have this time to really, this time opportunity, take a little bit more time to really think on how you want to plan this. Some people they get a good portion like this and some and they think they're really set for life.
Yeah.
Well, money is only moving how fast you spend it,
Exactly.
And a lot of people, they think the bigger that number is, the more that they can spend. And dwindle it all down. Okay, I got $500K in the bank. Oh, man. We get 40,000. It's only 40,000. It's only 20,000 here, 10,000 here. Next thing you know, you over here back with $30,000 from I'm ready to retire. What you doing with trying to retire off $30,000? You should have been doing that when you had all that other money in mind. So it's just stuff like that, really keeping that in your mind. And just like Rob was saying, people live in the moment, but they don't want to invest in the future.
That's true.
And this person is right here. They're trying to invest in the future, but they want to have a good time. So I think that was a really good way for them to know what they should do. Put that money aside, be good, be safe. Well, you can also, spend a little bit and enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to get into this next thing when it had it's the financial thing again. But this time we stepping into a marriage. Okay, so marriage and finance is something that some people might have a problem with. And I guess this is a problem for this specific couple. Okay, so, we talk about all the time joint accounts, stuff like that, whatever. It's really whatever fits for the person. Like someone like Queen and Nora, they don't need no joint account. If they need to help each other, they're going to help each other communicate, talk how they need to talk. We ain't worried about all the figures. If we up, we up. If we down, we down. It is what it is. So, and then other people in that relationship, they want a joint account. They want to see everything. You got some people who's more into finances and they want to take control of finances, this, that, and the other. But in this specific situation, we've got a husband and wife. And for the most part, they really just kind of coast along together. They don't really have to touch too much on the finance. You pay this, I'll pay that. You handle this, I handle that. Everything's cool, everything's culture. But one thing about this relationship is the husband, he's always been a little bit more transparent when it comes to finance. Like whenever he's getting going up on the money, he's letting that know. Like, I got a raise, I should be making about this much money. And so that gives her easy thought and calculation in her head. Okay, he's making about this much, whatever. So she got all the puzzle pieces and she's really into finance. So she putting them pieces together, trust and believe. But one thing is happening is she's not very transparent about it. She's kind of to her own about the money. And so what recently happened is she's now asking him for his whole paycheck. She won his whole paycheck. And, this request is just kind of coming left field because, again, he already feels like he's cool. He's more transparent with it. But she's not giving him any transparency. And so when it comes to asking, she's just saying, I want to handle things. I want to handle the finances. I want to do all this. Which is cool, but where's this now coming from? We just had a nice, cool, kosher setup. Now you want to know all this info. Now you want to know all this intel. But what's your income? What we doing with that? I need to know what's going on. And here we are with this conversation. So this has been now sparking some arguments, some disarray in the relationship. How do you suppose that they handle this situation? You got husband right here who's been kind of open about his finances, and now you got a wife who's more closed on the finance, now requesting him to give her a nice portion of his paycheck, if not the whole paycheck. So let's get into it. We got GJ3 right off the bat saying people live in the moment, but they don't want to invest in their future. That part right there can even be said well for just beyond than just relationship too. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's true. You know, some people, they'll invest time in a certain area, invest just their thoughts in certain things that they don't need to. But are you really thinking about what's going to happen after this moment? And it's okay to live in the moment and think about the moment, because, you know, we have to face it every day. You know, tomorrow's not promised, so you need to focus on today too.
Exactly.
But it's also having that mindset to be like, all right, just because I'm not here tomorrow, guaranteed tomorrow, I'm gonna plan like I am, so I can have a better experience while I'm living day to day. Now, fully stepping into this one, how do you feel about it, Queen Lenora? How would you say this situation's coming up? You know, you and Uncle Chris over there is having a good old time, and he been telling you he makes this figure, or you been telling you make this much money, X amount, and he over there like, all right, you make that amount? Let's do this. I'm going to need this much from you every time you get paid. And he ain't been showing you none of the bank statements. Ain't been showing you nothing like that. You don't know nothing about the pay stub. You don't know nothing. So how do you feel about this?
I feel like you keep it the same way it's been and express that. Like, I'm very open and transparent about my income, and you're not. We're as one.
Yeah.
And as we're as one, I should be knowing just as much about your income as I know about my own.
Yeah.
Just like I'm giving you that knowledge. But no, we're not doing that. We're going to continue the way we've been doing it and call it a day. We're not stepping forward. There's no reason for me to, because you have not made it where I can trust you with anything, because you haven't been open and honest about you. So this is really kind of strange on your part to even come and ask me to change something. So now I'm kind of leery of why you would ask. And so just so you can say, you can get mad and say, how dare I don't trust you and all this. So I'm going to answer the question before you can even ask it.
Yeah.
But you left no opportunity but for me to feel the way I feel. So like, we're going to keep things the same exact way it's been. And no, until you can learn to be transparent, I would not give you my check and do all. No.
Yeah.
I don't feel safe and comfortable with that. Just like you don't feel safe and comfortable to tell me how much you make and when you get a raise and when you do this and you do that. Same way I don't feel that. Because women are very manipulative, and so they know how to reverse the conversation and make a guy feel guilty. So it's easy for a woman to do that. But for men, you guys need to stick to your guns and stay focused on the conversation that you started, not the conversation that she's going to turn it to or end it. So that's the best conversation for me, is keep things exactly the way they were. And then explain, I don't appreciate that. I'm telling you how much I make, when I get a raise, if I get a bonus, and you don't tell me anything.
Yeah.
And now you coming at me talking about you want to check. You're making me really suspicious, and I just
exactly,
don't feel
because in a situation like that, GJ3 saying some nice things in the chat, but I want to say, if in a situation like that, I'm gonna be thinking, okay, what's really going on? Because if we got this nice system, things are of course being paid for and maintained, even if we're having a financial rough patch, we know we have this understanding. We've been doing this for years, so for this to all of a sudden be a change, now you want to take the whole thing, you want a big portion of the pie, and I want to put my money here, put my money there, and I don't want to have to worry about it.
Exactly.
Because years into this relationship, we ain't been having this conversation. So now that it's coming up, all of a sudden, I'm going to be thinking, where are you trying to put this money? Where is this money going? You making investments? You gambling? What's happening? You gambling legally, illegally? What's happening? I want to know.
Yeah.
And so that's going to have your mind going in a place.
And she's going to make you feel guilty, and she's going to try to manipulate the conversation. But you're going to have to stay focused on the thing. And the answer will always stay, no matter what you say. She can go on and cry and have all emotions. The answer is no, and this is how I feel.
Yeah.
And don't raise your voice to the conversation. It's just a no, and this is how I feel. Blase, 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 blase. She going to call you names, you weak, you ain't. And I'm going to walk away. And she's going to get mad, and you just walk away. Because literally, you don't have time for the games, and it is a petty game. And for some reason, even for me listening, want to know what she need. Like, how did you get yourself in so much debt? Now you need my money to get yourself out of debt. That's how I'm looking at it.
You're thinking all those different things.
Yeah.
You thinking First, do we have some financial issue? Are you blowing money that you don't got? Again, you buying something that now you got to make a pay on. You taking in a loan. We just talked about last week the person who was in a whole bunch of debt out of nowhere, and the husband didn't even know, and he got enough money to take care of it. But at the same time, now there's questions. Now there's things that we got to talk about. Now this is a discussion.
Yeah.
So if you closed about things in the first place, and we cool with it being closed, we left it there.
Yeah.
All right. You handle what I handle. Again, you handle that. We come together and talk when we need to.
Yeah.
But in terms of looking into accounts and everything, we keeping it kosher. Everything's cool.
Because I would tell that too.
For you now to have this sudden request is now making me feel weary. You're like, where's the stability in this? Like, are you blowing the money?
Yeah.
Are you doing some stuff you shouldn't be doing?
Yeah.
So you can go in so many different ways, and let the husband in this situation be in his mind too long. He's gonna be like, oh, you got an account going with another man. Like, what's going on here?
Exactly.
So And GJ3 said, both supposed to have a partner management of things together, especially if you're becoming one and expecting or to be married, as a partnership and all.
Yeah.
He said, yep, and if there's trust issues now, then in that case, some other arrangements may have to be made. We gotta get well with somebody, all right? Mind, body, and soul. We got Wellness with Frugal Mama. She's saying hello. How you doing, Frugal Mama?
Hello.
A Frugal Mama been on her grind. She's been trying to get this content thing going, shaking. So we just appreciate you for taking that time to step in with us, Wellness with Frugal Mama. It's always great to have you in the building.
Yes, it is.
All right.
Yes, it
so,
is.
GJ3 say, I've been so much into conversation today, and he said hello to everyone in the chat. Wellness with Frugal Mama. He said, happy Wednesday, everyone. And GJ3, we really do appreciate your engagement with the topics today. You're giving some of your personal feels, some advice that you give. And we're just having a good time with this conversation. And GJ3 said, there's a reason why some may feel the need to get a financial advisor.
Yeah.
And exactly, that is something that's very important too. Like, if we having a problem managing things on this level, and now you want to come together, I'm sure the husband right here wouldn't mind a financial advisor. That's a nice median. That's a nice somebody they can both go through. And now we got a firm understanding. Whereas now you're just asking for all my pie, and I'm only getting half a slice. I'm not liking that.
Yeah, I think he only asked if he wouldn't mind a financial advisor just so he'll know what's going on.
Exactly, it's the transparency.
Because he's very transparent. She's the one that ain't transparent.
Yeah,
so that probably be the only way he gonna get some information.
Yeah, like, okay, what's going on? Hey, Ricky Bobby, what's going on? So anyway, we gotta welcome somebody in who's rocking. He is rocking. We got DJ Vince rocking. DJ Vince saying Queen and E, how y'all be? What's going on?
How are you?
DJ Vince on the turntable saying, Ricka, hello everyone. Welcome in, DJ Vince. How you doing? What's going on? Welcome in. GJ3 is giving us a nice thumbs up. You are getting a nice package at the door.
Are you gonna get it? Because that scared me.
You want to know what's
I am.
what the
Go get it
is.
because he knocked on my door crazy.
He knocked
That's scared. Okay,
just
this tells you right now, we don't get nobody at the door. So when somebody knocks, my heart just drops like, what? Like what?
I feel like this one is a good one to close out.
Are you gonna get
okay, I'm gonna get it. But I'm gonna throw some food for thought to you right now. All right, we got engagements. Okay, Eli is a nice, freshly engaged young fella, but people start expecting engagements. Okay, you get to a certain point in time in the relationship, and she's like, why haven't you proposed? And so this guy feels like he's at this situation. Matter of fact, he knows he's at this situation because they just went on a big trip, which would have been a good opportunity for the proposal. And things didn't really happen that way. And now she's upset and she's expressing it. So let's talk about it. I'm going to go get that package.
We talked about this before, and I'm going to just say it nicely because I think I'm sometimes a little too harsh. But men, you taking forever to propose to a woman, you can easily lose your woman, and then you will make an excuse of how this woman was never for you, or she didn't really care for you, or anything like that. When in actuality, you caused the situation. So my thing is, literally, if you are going to propose. A woman don't want to wait for her whole life to hear you propose. And see me, I'll leave a man in a minute. Like, I'm not going to be like these women that are being married for 10, 20 years. Who's that for?
I have no clue. You know, see?
Yeah, it doesn't have a name on it?
It does. It has your name on it. Love Rings Life. Make sure you're not showing her personal information. Package live on video. But yeah. Well, again, with that situation, you know, a lot of people, they'll step in and they'll take forever. And we got two different clocks going. Men, we thinking on a certain time, and women think on a certain time. Okay, so if you've got things going on, you got a long-term relationship, we thinking how we stepping into the next level as a woman. Whereas a man is thinking, okay, you know, I really feeling this person. You know, I'm ready to engage, but I got a little bit more time.
Yeah.
Little do we know that clock is constantly ticking. So, you know, she's obviously fed up with this situation if she blew up because he knew. You know, he kind of knew that expectation. You know, he knew in the back of his mind, like, you know, we going on this trip. She might think something going on, but, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, we just going to have fun and enjoy this trip. Now that he didn't engage, now he didn't do, you know, what this was in her mind, she's full of emotions. And she feels the need to let those out. And, of course, he's over here sitting like, you know, am I... now, you know, you want me to propose. That's, you know, maybe I wanted to do that at a different time.
Yeah.
Maybe I want to do it on a specific date. Maybe I want to do it a specific way. Maybe I ain't got the money to do it the way I want to do it right now. Maybe I want to do it while we up in a hot air balloon.
Exactly.
And the moon is perfect and the werewolf is howling. You know, whatever it may be. You know, it could be any type of foolishness. But, you know, I think something like that is just that, it's that desync. And when woman is not feeling like you taking care of them or you feeling like you care about the time of things, then you're gonna step into a severe problem because we ain't here forever. You know, we ain't here forever. And if you really want to be in a relationship, let's have some type of commitment going because in terms of right now, you know, I like you and all, but you kind of making it hard for me at the moment. Yeah. And so, you know, I feel like it all depends on this conversation, having this conversation. You know, depends on how they go with this argument, because apparently this argument, they probably not on very good speaking terms. That's why. Well, that's
because they probably talked about it, and she waiting, and he taking his time. Yeah. And I'm gonna just tell you, some men are they come up with all these crazy ways they want to do something. Yeah. And they think they have all the time in the world because they're like, oh, in this day, okay, so on August 31st in 2025, this is what I want to do because she has a special mental thing that's going to connect us. So that's the day I want to propose. And that woman now gone. She don't want to be with you no more. She done waited. We've been together 14 years. And now you want to wait till August 25th to propose.
Yeah, you know, I want to wait on January 2nd. Okay, I want to wait on January 2nd at 3 o'clock. So it can line up and say 1, 2, 3. I want to propose an exact time. You know.
And that's a stupidness that nobody cares about. But for some reason, these men... feel like that makes sense to them. And I'm like, if you just don't do what you need to do, like literally, you men, do what you need to do. Like all this other stuff, when we as women, and I'm only talking for the women I know and that I've seen, when we want something done, we do it quickly. And if there's going to be a sentimental value, we do it in the month. Like if I'm going to propose, say if I was one of those girls that proposed to guy, I'll propose and get the same 1, 2, 3, and we're gonna do it at 1 p.m. at 1:23. You got 1, 2, 3. See how that is? The month got to be 1, 2, 3. You know, it would be 1, 2, 3 the time and call it a day. But we don't. I mean, like people want to know that they're loved. People want to know that they have emotional connection, that they're worth something to you, that they're not just going to be hanging on the string. And everybody's not agreeing to be dating 20 years before they get proposed to, and they got to wait 2 or 3 more years to plan a wedding. Bless you. So my thing is, we're not doing that. So my thing is, get yourself together. And so that dude, she mad at you. Like, what? You did this big outrageous thing for her, and so she thinking, oh my goodness, I'm getting a proposal, and she came home with no ring, no proposal, a necklace, a flower, nothing that says we getting ready to get married. No, ain't no woman want to deal with that. And I know you guys think y'all got it going on with these crazy mindset, but it's still
so good. Anyway, GJ3 said, maybe some may not want to propose the way that you want to do it. Maybe someone not want to be told when to do it. And he said this is a deep one right here.
It's true. People don't want to be told to do it, and I get that. But don't decide to wait 80 years and expect somebody to wait 80 years because you want to wait 80 years. Like, people got lifespans, you know what I mean? And like I said, I see people be together for 20, 30 years and then finally get proposed to. Ain't nobody... I'm telling you right now, I would not wait for nobody 20, 30 years. I already told y'all ain't even with the person after a certain amount of years. They all right to date others, and so can you, because apparently you ain't tying the knot down. I'm not going to be your boyfriend, your girlfriend, and you be my boyfriend for 18 years. You can kiss that goodbye. And I'm going to just tell you, oh, he cheating on you? How he cheating on you? He ain't married you. Yeah. Y'all been together 16 years and he ain't married you? No, he ain't got no loyalty.
He said, wait, 20 years? Are they going to be living together for 20 years? They always have said, if you wait too long, then that decreases the chance of becoming married.
Exactly.
And when you really look at it, you be having people who are in these long-term relationships, which is practically a marriage because their life is so intertwined at this point. They got kids, they got shared financials, they live in a married life, but without the title, commitment, or anything like that. And so, at that point, it just becomes, why not get married? But again, some people, they either don't want to get married, or some people is waiting for that blue moon that's going to happen in 2050. And, it's going to pop up just right. And when you see it, we also going to get this airplane. And as that airplane is coming down, it's flying past the blue moon right as it hits, and it says, will you marry me? And as that happens, then, as the clock strikes, the next hour, a firework is going to come, and it's going to hit the moon, and it's going to be a blue firework in the same tint, couple shades darker than the moon, and it's going to just start glistening, and it's just going to be a view that you will remember for years. This? No, I'm just saying, you can get into
he's really in detail. I gotta ask questions because he's really in detail. I'm like this, looking at the moon that ain't there, looking at stars glazing.
And so, as you do this thing, all of a sudden you got the time. So there's just two different ways that you can think about it,
I'm just saying, if you love this woman and this is the woman you want to spend the rest of your life, propose.
Yeah, either way it goes, it's going to have to happen.
Leave the woman alone.
Yeah.
Stop this. I'm happy the way we are. I got my cake and my ice cream and all this to eat it. I don't need to get married. I don't believe in marriage. And just leave the lady alone. Because you're messing with her emotions. And even though she's going to lie, like, I don't really care. Some women don't really care. I don't really care. No.
Yeah.
If you do not love this woman enough to marry her, then you don't love her. Let her go. That's all I'm trying to say. Ain't nobody waiting 18 years to be married. You know what I mean? You got a certain amount of time to be dating. And my thing is, and I'll say this to women, stop letting men live with you.
Yeah, and I would say
because then they ain't rushing because they got everything they need. Why they gotta rush it?
It's not nothing is needed. And I do want to finish the thought when I was saying that, painting that whole picture, because it doesn't really make a difference, In either way that it goes, what you're doing is making her feel the same way. So if you're going to be that person that's going to be with that person for 10 years and not want to get with them, or you that person who's waiting for that 10th year because, again, that blue moon's going to hit and that fireworks going to sparkle in that airplane. You got that money saved up for the past 10 years, and now it's going to say, will you marry me, for this big cinematic momentum moment. It doesn't make a difference because on her end, she's still not proposed.
Yeah.
She could have been proposed 5 years ago, and on your anniversary, she get the blue moon that says, oh, I love you so much. So it doesn't really make a difference. And, when you get that feeling, jump to it. And I think, that's one thing that is to note in the situation. Now, if you don't, again, then you don't got that feeling.
Yeah,
don't
you
waste
don't want to get
nobody's
married.
time.
You don't want to get married, then that's
don't
okay.
Don't hold nobody. But if you really do feel that way, just think, when that time is right, you will know. Yeah. And that time is different for each person. But what you don't want to do is get to that point where, we could have been married for 8 years already. Yeah. I had this feeling for a long time, but I was just waiting for, the sun. Oh, wait. The solar eclipse is happening today. And so I got her a black diamond. So when that eclipse hits, I'm going to pull out the black diamond. I'm going to bring it up here. And she's going to be looking through the telescope with that lens on it, right? And what it's going to actually do is kind of shine with the ring as it hits. And it's just like this whole thing. And the light is going to fly past. And as it goes into her eye, she'll know. I'll ask her the question. Will you marry me? So, so.
I think he had this one playing. I'm telling you, because he be in deep. I'm like, that really is no sparkle. Like, I'm like in deep in the conversation. I don't even know. But yeah, I just say, if you love her and you want to marry, marry. If you don't want to get married, then don't marry. And then let her know, I don't want to ever get married. So that she knows what she can deal with. Then she can't get mad if you go, you never going to ask me to marry? No, because I told you I was never getting married. So then that's, done and over. But, you blocking the options sitting up here waiting for these moments that he lied and I think was really having these issues. You waiting for the blue moon, the eclipse, and everything. Y'all hear it like going extra deep on this conversation. I like this, looking around. And so you got a black diamond eye and it's going to sparkle. Oh, sure, heck if I know.
So DJ3 said, waiting to see who is right for you. You can see, but know your heart. But for that, then you would still need good teaching too.
Yes.
And DJ3 said, Beyonce, if I were a boy. That's all I'm hearing right now for some reason. Wasn't this for Frugal Mama laughing? And DJ3 said, a solar eclipse happens every so often. They really gonna wait that long?
Yes. Yeah.
And Wellness Frugal Mama said, nephew got a career in proposal plan.
Don't he? Because I was all like this. Like, ooh, somebody gonna propose like that? Okay. Like, I don't know. Like, he been in deep, like the blue moon. I ain't never heard about the blue moon, but I know about the blue moon now. And then you got that clip with the telescope and then the ring comes up with the telescope. She better not blink because that's it for the eclipse. She might miss that opportunity to see the black diamond sparkle in the eclipse. He had it in detail, didn't he, y'all? Like, he was ready. Like, he had different proposals set.
So, just laying that out, I feel like that is important too. But, again, some people, they're not on that train of thought. So you got, of course, we have people who overthink. We got people who are thinking, okay, this is going to be a momentous event.
Yeah.
This is going to be the event of all events. Yeah. This is going to be the day, night, morning to remember, whatever it may be. But in reality, as long as this is a very passionate thing, this is coming from the heart, that's what really matters. Now, if you can get all those toppings on, all those little additional benefits, and things are lining up in a timely fashion, then, the more the merrier.
Yeah.
But don't go holding on to something, then you got years of, kind of resenting. Like, I could have been living this life for a minute. I could have been getting X, Y, and Z. We could have been in a whole different train of thought because, again, once people get married, they step into a whole different thought process and idea. Then you got to get to know your wife. So, even though you've been living together and maybe living as husband and wife, for some reason, when we get to those titles and things become final, then we want to switch up and then we want to have these whole different things. So as you have that in mind, and you can see it, people, again, be together all the time. You see, oh, we've been together 15 years. We've been together 16 years. Finally got married. We got married at 11 years in. So
then I got a divorce.
Yeah, then now we want to get a divorce. So it's like, you got to really think. You got to think about, again, investing in our future.
Yeah, and then you got to understand, too, like, when you're thinking about marriage, you don't think about the change. And the change of becoming a husband and the change of becoming a wife, that you're expecting different expectations. Mm-hmm. And I say this all the time because I'm like, you guys want to all sit here and invest millions and millions of dollars to say I do, and you haven't provided or invested in learning how to be the husband or wife to your partner. And my thing is, that's what's important. Like, if you can spend all your money on getting all different kinds, like going to 4 or 5 different premarital classes. That's something that's gonna last forever.
Yeah.
Because a wedding is only for all of us to enjoy. But that moment in time is you want to invest in having a long, successful marriage. You want to be able to say, I've been with this man or this woman for 80 years. We still surviving, you know, and we love each other. We're not just here because we had to. I love this person. I truly, truly love this person. And I think that's a lot of people can't say that. You know, they've been married for some years, but do they still truly love each other? Do they adore each other? Just want to be with each other all the time? And those ones, you don't see that often. You hear people, I'm married. I'm on Facebook with a marriage, you know, group or whatever, and I hear people, oh, this is our 16th anniversary, and this is our da-da-da-da. And you're not going to get all the negativity, but I'm like, how many years were you truly happy that you were married to this person? Because I can guarantee you a lot of people, because they don't know, have not experienced the full amount of time of love with each other as they've been together. So they could be married for 16 years, but they probably only truly loved each other the first 2 years and then the last 2 years. So for 12 years, they were like this son of a biscuit. Which I give them props because they made it through and they stayed together and they didn't get a divorce. But you can hear the stories that some of these couples are saying. It's like, learn to be the perfect wife for your spouse, perfect husband for your spouse. Learn to be that perfect person for each other, and that you guys make your own rules, and that you respect each other. Because marriage is not a joke, and I say that because people can get married and it's so easy to get a divorce. But when I had my first husband, it was not easy to get a divorce. Now you can get a divorce real quick because society doesn't care anymore. But I'm just saying, you want to stay together with this person for the rest of your life. There's a lot of work. There's a lot of anger that's going to be. And you can avoid a lot of that if you work on it before you say.
Yeah, before, you know, you get that structure, you get that foundation laid right.
So I'm an advocate for that. So advocate over here, like, if you really truly want to get married, get married. But if you don't, you don't. As I told you, my pastor said in my premarital class, he said, I'm here to make sure you don't get married. We had 30-something couples in there. We left with about 6, and I know for a fact 3 of us got married. And we still together to this day.
And GJ3 said, you know, again, the bedroom shouldn't be the only thing that anyone goes by. Yeah. All right? To see if you love each other well enough to get married or not, you get mixed emotions thinking that way. And one is frugal mama say, yep. Yeah. Saying yep. Yeah. So I think we had a really good discussion on a lot of different things. And I just want to say thank you to everybody in the chat because we had really good interactions today. Different questions.
Oh,
different
yeah.
pieces.
It was awesome today.
Everything was thrown in there. So we really appreciate y'all for your time. And just being able to have this, you know, a conversation and give your opinions and everything.
Yes.
But
we love having you guys' opinions.
We really do.
It just ain't us.
It really is nice.
You know.
And again, if you guys want to further anything, once this is posted up as a video, you can throw your comments or anything in the comment section. Yeah. If you have any like questions for next week or anything like that. But for the moment, we're gonna head out, and we're gonna say that by closing out by saying. Remember to love and live each day as if it were your life. Thank y'all for watching. Y'all take care.
Yo. L&L. L&L. Woo. 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 Love and live so. It's hot. 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 Taste it hot. I'm ready. Love and live. Let's go. Love and Live Show. Motivation speakers, positive affirmation, tune in every week. We need a Monday family meeting. Relationship advice on Wednesday so you don't go creeping. Thursday game time, come in and unwind. Friday night shout out time, creators grind and shine. Pop up at the pop up, shop up at the shop up. Get your bomb.com seasons for your potluck. Tropical morning for your royalty. Love and live empire, bringing all the heat. Heat. It's time to turn up. You wanna taste that heat? Try to taste the heat. Hot sauce, that sweet heat is banging like this beat. Chocolate burning, love, mild watermelon. Heat. Dynamite's the truth. Have you
Favorite nephew,
Lenora? She know it's the truth. Chris. Everybody love Chris. Love and live show.
it's the love and live show. It's the love and live show.
Love and live.
It's the love and live.
We be laughing, having fun.
Get up and stay. Love and live. Get up and stay. Love and live.
Love and live each day as if it was your last. Yep. This is Love and Live Shock.